Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm your host Goji Glorblin. My name has definitely always been like that. I totally didn't change it because I thought it sounded better than Glenn Glorblin. Anyways, today we are taking a look at a loose figure, and it kind of actually resides with the name, as it is a Godzilla, and my personal nickname for him is Goji. Today we're taking a look at the Neca GMK Godzilla. A friend of mine gave this to me. If he's watching this video, he knows who he is. I'm not saying his name because I like to keep people's privacy. What I am aware of is that there are two different releases of this. I'm not sure if there are any differences. One is on the Neca Godzilla card back with the annoying ass clamshell packaging that you need scissors to open, which is pretty much the same for every Godzilla. And then there's the more personalized boxes for Godzillas. It's usually just a standard Godzilla, but it does come in an Ultimate style box, like the Ultimate Aliens and Predators. And like those, it comes in a box with the poster art of that movie. Now, starting off, before I do anything, I've got to say, I really like this guy. He's pretty cool. You know, he's my first Godzilla. I haven't watched GMK yet. That's one of the films on my Godzilla list. A lot of them are on my list. I've had a very strange viewing. I think my first one was either Return of Mechagodzilla or Monster X. But yeah, then I went on to watch Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Then I took a long break. Then I watched Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Then I went on to watch Final Wars. And that's for Japanese Godzilla, because I've watched both legendary Godzilla movies when they came out in theaters. I gotta say, I really liked King of the Monsters. I really want to get a King of the Monsters Neca Godzilla. Those things look amazing. But anyway, onto this guy. My friend says he doesn't like this guy, and he already has a Monster Arts one, so I can kind of see why he was okay with giving this to me. I mean, aside from the fact that he kind of pays me with the NECA stuff he doesn't like for building him model kits. But anyway, starting off with the sculpt, one thing I will say about NECA toys is that they have very unique sculpts. Yes, some of them can be fragile, but that's no biggie. As long as you, for this one, as long as you're not playing with it like an ape, nothing's gonna break. Now, sadly, my friend's dog did get a hold of this and get its hands, so even though it looks more like they were like cut off with clippers. But yeah, he's got 2 broken off claws, but that's not enough to make me feel bad about it. But yeah, it's got a very unique sculpt. It's got like a blackish gray plastic with a greenish gray wash everywhere. And the dorsal fins, most if not all of them, have this frosting effect all over them. It stops right about here, then after that it looks like it's to the wash. Yeah, he's got the nice glossed over eyes. It would have been even cooler if it was like a pearl paint or gloss plastic, but that's not too big of a deal, you know. It's not a deal breaker for me. Yeah, he's got the crazy big feet, which even I think might be a bit much. Oh, excuse me. He's, from what I've seen in other reviews, this is probably one of the first NECA Godzillas with a longer tail than others, or I guess I should say the proper length tail. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get into articulation, starting from the head down. So starting with the head, we've got a jaw. If it's opened all the way, it looks a bit funky, but I usually like to keep it around here, which isn't too far off from open. You can't get him to have like a gritted teeth look, but when he's got his mouth closed all the way, it looks good. I will say his chin, I'll see if I can't zoom in on it. His chin does definitely look like it's made out of a different plastic. I think it's made from the pink plastic on the inside because I'm not sure how well this will show up on camera, but a lot of that pink plastic seeps through, making it look like he's got like a really scraped up jaw or he's bloodied up or something. But that's neither here or there, you know. The Godzilla looks good enough and articulates good enough to where I'm not upset about it. But its head moves down, I'd say a rather decent amount. If this were the Atomic Breath one, I'd definitely get like some building dioramas to have him like shooting down on it. And his head moves up this far, which I'm really annoyed because I wish I could have a Godzilla that looks straight up, which I think the only ones that do that are the legendary Godzilla. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I haven't seen every Godzilla movie like some Godzilla experts that I may know. But I do think it's cool when Godzilla fires his beam up in the sky. But anyway, his neck, it's got rotation. So does here, so I guess if you want to get like a curve to the dorsals, you can kind of get that. But it doesn't look the best because it's all in chunks. Waist-wise, it kind of wiggles, doesn't really move back or forward. And you can't really get a full swivel because of the sculpt. Like, you can get it to about here before the sculpt starts making it stick. And I'm not about to break this thing. This is my first Godzilla. I got it from a friend. It's very special to me, regardless. I don't care what he thinks about Neca Godzillas. Anyway, the arms can move this far out. Let's see. Yep, about the same on both sides. They can rotate 360. They've got an elbow bend starting from there to there, so you get about a good 90 degrees. This does swivel here, but it looks a bit awkward in any other way. Almost looks like a forearm padding or something, which I wouldn't be surprised, as this does kind of look like a Godzilla costume rather than an actual monster, because there are some spots where the skin folds, which a costume would do. But like I said, I'm not angered by that. I love this thing. He's got a little bit of handshaking action. You know, nice to meet you. Because I'm pretty sure there's a ball in there, because it can rotate 360. You can move it up and down, side to side. And he's got a hinge at the hands. So you could have him like, I don't know, holding money. I just saw that on the side of my desk. That was completely improvised. Like everything in my YouTube channel. Everything is improvised. And here are his legs. They move out about that far, which I'd say is actually kind of crazy for Godzilla, considering how thick they are. Oh yeah, anyways. Here's the leg, fully straight. It gets about a 90 degree bend, and just like the wrists, you can rotate it, but it's kind of weird though, because what are you going to do? But it doesn't look as broken up as the shoulders, I will say that. Then he's got a ball at the feet, but it's very limited because of the sculpt and because he's got big feet. And lastly, onto the tail, we've got a ball joint here, ball joint here, ball ball joint here and ball joint here, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 links in the tail. You know, I say that's not bad. You can get a kind of natural curve because this last link has a wire in it, but I've been able to get that wire curved good enough. But yeah, I'm gonna do a couple comparisons with some toys I got in my room. Hold on a second. Here's the GMK Godzilla with the Neca Aliens toy line, Praying Mantis Alien, yet another Neca toy that my friend gave me, and I love the aliens and all. I especially love the Neca figures, but this one's, he's kind of loose in the waist and in other spots, so he can't stand. He can't be with my other aliens, which is sad. Like, he said that he thinks these Godzillas are poor quality, but when compared to my other aliens, he's too loose in the hips. Like, he can stand, but over time, because he's got the extra long joints and because it's a very older toy that has been played with, used, and abused, it's loose and tends to keel over and knock other things down. And since my aliens are with predators and some of those predators have very fragile items, I don't want that alien there. Okay, I forgot where I was because I got a call from my mom asking me what I wanted for dinner. What I do know is that I'm not done with comparisons, and I guess today's comparisons for this video are comparisons with Neca figures I don't like nearly as much as this Godzilla, because next up is my T-800, which toy-wise is taller, but he thinks that's fragile. He's not seen this thing. This thing is made out of brittle as fuck plastic. Its hands broke on me. I had to re-glue that thumb. It can't stand. It can't move its legs straight. Like, you can't get like a natural looking walking pose just straight forward because these pistons in the legs force him to go out to the side. And I'm going to stop comparing these because this figure, for how good it looks, it angers me. All you can do is get it standing or else it looks screwy. And lastly but not least, a Neca figure that technically isn't mine, but has a body that's pretty much the same as my Predators, my dad's Jungle Hunter Predator. And yet again, he's taller than Godzilla because these guys are, I believe, like a 7 or 8 inch scale. Meanwhile, the Godzilla figures are kind of doing their own thing. But yes, unlike the last two Neca figures, I actually really like their Predators. And like I said with the Xenomorph, I like their Xenomorphs, especially the ones I have. But that Praying Mantis one is just a little too loose and gets on my nerves. Now, I'm going to go on to final thoughts. Overall, I've got to say, I really like this guy. You know, my friend, he kind of made these Neca Godzillas sound like they're poo-poo. Now, I don't know about the other ones that he's got, but overall, I thoroughly enjoy this boy. I'm happy to have him in my collection. And it makes me want to get more Neca Godzillas, maybe even some monster arts. I'm not sure if he's still in circulation because, like I said, I got him loose. But if you do find him and you're a fan of Godzillas just in general, I would suggest picking him up. I do enjoy him. Like, the only thing I can say is a bit weird about him is that he's a little bit limited in the waist or chest, and when the jaws open all the way to the side, it looks a little funky. But overall, yeah, I like this figure. And anyways, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. If you want to say something or ask me to review something, that if I put it in the comments. If I have it, I'll probably do a video on it. And anyway, guys, thank you for watching.